is, I don't know if this is holiday enough.
Well, it depends what holiday it
Can you
is.
feel my bells jingling?
With the Halloween?
Oh! Hi! It's me, Wilma Fingerdoo, and
Wilma in a box fart.
with the review of Canada's Drag Race Season 2, Episode 10, the finale. But before we get started, I do want to just send a shout out to Michael Bergantino. As you all know, he is looking at having some open heart surgery now. It's been moved to the second week of January.
You know what? January is a better time to have
Better.
your chest cut open.
You don't want to have to be worrying about the holidays and your chest. Ooh. So we have a couple more weeks. Now, he only has about a week left on his PayPal fundraiser. We've raised just over 2,000.
Yeah, that sounds
So
like.
we are a tenth of the way to the 20,000 that he was hoping to raise. If you have donated to Michael, thank you so much. If you haven't, why don't you do that? The link is down below. It's a great way to feel better about yourself by helping out somebody who could really use some help and not just sending money off to some multi-headed conglomerate charity. That said, all of the tipper dues that I've been getting, I have been sending to Michael. So thank you for all of you that have been tipping. The link to Michael's PayPal fundraiser is down below in the description box. While you're down there, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I have had about, I'd say almost 20 new subscribers. Thank you all for joining. Yeah, I'm almost at 7,700.
Stop it.
Well, we're at 7,620
Are there even 7,700 people in the world?
Well, apparently
Gosh.
so. So thank you all for subscribing. And also, don't forget, leave a comment, chat, helps the algorithm. And don't be afraid to share this video with somebody out there who you feel might need to feel better about themselves.
Yeah, someone who's dead inside.
I was going to say, who wants to feel better about themselves after looking at you, but you look good this week.
Yeah,
You
why
look good.
wouldn't you feel good about yourself looking at this vision?
Jorge, drink me. Ooh, where's the garnish?
There's no garnish?
It's gin and soda. What kind of gin is it? Oh, this is the Steinhardt's blueberry gin.
Steinhardt's blueberry
thank
gin.
you. And if we put the garnish in, he says it would take up more room in the glass.
He is a lazy man who comes up with lies.
Well, if that's not what delicious ought to taste like in your mouth, then I don't know what to say to you.
Tastes like my grandmother's purse. Almost full of gin, that one.
That's why she makes that noise when she walks. All right, so we started this grand finale episode off by the top three queens saying goodbye to Geometric.
Bye, Gia.
Yeah, and this was Pythia's first time to clean the mirror.
I know, I thought she did a really good job. I thought she really leaned in there with the elbow grease.
Personally, I wouldn't have done such a good job because then it would cement my job as, you know, the next drag queen of Canada as opposed to somebody who also does windows. I'm just saying. Also, kudos for Pythia because this was
Her first lip sync.
not only her first lip sync, but I thought for both of them, I thought she did really well because the second one, like English isn't even her third language, and she was articulate with her lip sync. I was very impressed.
Yeah, I thought it was lucky that she had to because I thought she used that first one to warm up for the second one. So, but it was fun to see her doing her thing on stage.
Yeah. Speaking about doing their thing on stage, I don't know if Kendall was absolutely concerned or just trying to rub in the age issue, but she surprised me by asking Isis about her knees because she did take that big leap and land on them.
She took a big leap. She took a big land. There was a loud crunch that they had to edit out.
Yeah.
And well, I love that they're acting like, oh, poor old lady Isis, over the hill and done at 34.
Wow. Did you just flip them the bird?
I did. You can cut that out.
I don't think I will. I want them to know who they're dealing with.
And if you're in England,
Oh.
no.
I might lose my monetization if we keep
Oh gosh, we're gonna lose all
flipping
the
people
cows.
off.
You're gonna have your own little Brexit happening.
I can't afford it. Of course, the queens had to congratulate themselves for being top three. What did you think? Is this the top three that you think you would have been happy to see from the beginning?
No, this is not the top three I picked.
No. Who did you pick?
I think I had Suki Doll in there. I had Pythia in there. I might have had Isis. I don't think I put all that pressure on myself, like picking a top three only to to be proven wrong. I think they all deserve to be there. I'd say the only one I was surprised is there is Kendall.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the one disappointment for me not being in the top, actually, there were two, and they were both Stephanie Prince and Suki Doll.
Yeah.
And the only reason I would have liked to have seen them in the top was after getting to know them on the show.
Oh,
Not
absolutely.
because I definitely had Isis and Pythia picked for top,
Well, you
but
do
I don't know who
research.
else. Well, I like to.
Go in and you
I like to look stuff up. I
investigate.
like to see what these queens do when no one's looking.
Check out their videos. I go in blind. So the next day, the girls entered the workroom for the second last time in a slightly coordinated black and white motif. Did you notice that? Except for Pythia wearing some animal print.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that is black and white print for Pythia.
Is it?
Animal print, yeah.
She's got a little bit of a stigmatism.
Grr.
And they took some more time to just, talk about how great they all were. And how impressed they all were with each other from the very get-go, which is a gigantic lie.
Barf. Yeah. This is the kind of thing where I wish that they would go, I'm so shocked you're here. Do you know what I mean?
They're like, oh, bitch, I can't believe you're here. Yeah, no one on that first day is looking at people going, oh, she's great. What a fabulous competition we're going to have. It's all like, oh, look at her. Oh, can I beat her? Oh, look at her.
Yeah. I think the most honest thing would be to say to somebody, when you walked in, I hated you immediately and hoped you wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Which means, like, clearly you were a competition.
Yeah, I was intimidated by you. Yeah. I was, scared of you. I was just,
Yeah. I coveted your wardrobe.
I coveted your hair, coveted your face. I coveted your padding.
I just covered it. Thank God Rue's video message broke up the love fest. And once that played through, Brooklyn arrived to give them this week's Maxi Challenge, which, of course, like all finales, it's about performing a final number. Now, normally on Drag Race, it's RuPaul's song.
Yeah.
But what I thought was really fun about this was that not only as the host was Brooklyn there to give them the Maxi Challenge, but they would be writing and performing a lyric to her song, Queen of the North, which I've never heard of in my life. This was as close as I got to hearing it, and I still don't remember a thing about it.
Well, this was
Isn't
the
that
remix.
terrible?
This was the remix.
Yeah,
This was the hardcore dance remix. Yeah, I still haven't heard the original.
No, but I will say that I thought it was great that our host had a song for the queens to perform to, like Rue does on the American series.
I thought it was nice. I mean, it is Canada's Drag Race and not RuPaul's Drag Race Canada. So let's Canada it up. Yeah.
One thing that had Isis worried was that they also would be doing choreography again with Hollywood J, and it was a bit of a tooth pull for her the last time.
Miss Jade is always...
Well, Hollywood J really kind of read her the riot act, especially when she bit the Banuch on, because they were doing that circus musical.
Yeah, it's hard to get your mouth around it.
She said, I'm a dancer, and her and Stephanie stood there and, well, clearly didn't
different kind of
dance at all.
dancing.
Yeah, but before they got to that, there was a photo shoot, which I was fine, that's fine, but like none of them were in drag. It wasn't like they were taking them from drag in something to a photo shoot. They had to get ready for this photo shoot. It was with a surprise guest, Priyanka.
What's her name?
Priyanka.
Did you recognize her right away?
No. Oh my God. I didn't realize who, she had her name all over her body, Priyanka. So it's like clearly either she's sponsored by her or that is her. But I couldn't tell if she'd gained a bit of lockdown weight or just had her cheeks done at the Brooklyn Heights School of Augmentation.
Little lockdown fillers going on.
I didn't recognize her. Not that she didn't look good or anything, but I just didn't recognize her. But once I realized it was Priyanka, something that surprised me was that she actually knew most of the queens. The only queen she didn't really seem to know was Pythia.
Well, it's a small drag world in Canada, and as long as you manage to get out of your city, which Priyanka obviously did, touring around.
The thing that I thought was fun about this photo shoot was it just wasn't a photo shoot. Priyanka actually interviewed the queens. What did you think of that?
I thought it was cute. I thought it was a nice way of, just pretending like she didn't know what was going on with the season. I'm sure Priyanka had been filled in. And
well, what else is she doing? She was probably sitting there next to the camera the whole time. So Pythia was first. She looked good in her ringmaster outfit.
I thought it was cute. I thought it was, as an outfit went, I did think it was a little simple, but I thought I thought it was glammy enough. It was sparkly. I love the mustache. I love the wig. I love the whole thing. I thought it was really cute.
Kendall looked beige.
Yeah, and her outfit looked beige too. Yeah, beige, brown, boring.
Did you write that yourself?
I did.
You have the handwriting of a serial killer.
I do. I cut all these letters out.
Yourself.
I did.
Well,
I did. I cut them all out. La la la.
I,
She likes this color though. She's worn this color a
camel-y
lot. Yeah.
taupe, non-colored.
Camel taupe?
Camel taupe, yeah. Yeah, that was my drag queen name in high school. But yeah, she and Priyanka got on well, and they seem to have a good rapport.
Although Kendall seemed to be under the impression that they were having a ridiculous, wild time, which they either edited it out, or Kendall has a very, very skewed sense of.
Yeah, it seemed much like Pythia's, and they didn't really know each other. So Isis was breathtaking in that nude sheath with the feather trim. I thought that's how you show up to a photo shoot. That dress was stunning. Also, what was impressive about that dress style was that it would go with whoever she was having the photo with was wearing, no matter what they had.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think you'd have to coordinate.
Well, no, but one of the things that makes a photo work is everything working together. And I thought that was a great choice for her to wear sight unseen as far as...
Yeah, because you don't want to... It's great that you're with the outgoing queen, but you don't want her.
But they didn't even know that's who... It could have been anybody.
Could have been anyone.
Could have been Beth naked again.
That would have been fun.
Wouldn't it?
It would have been great.
More fun than Priyanka?
It could have been Beth.
So after the photo shoot, I mean, the interview / photo shoot, the queens got down to writing, and they were all excited, but Kendall seemed the most nervous of the group.
Well, I forgot how much trouble she had the last time they recorded something, because I kind of forgot, because she performed it so well in the musical.
Yeah, her performance in the musical was not the weakest one.
No,
for sure.
no.
Yeah, I think Kendall was definitely in her own head over her singing, but she was in control of what she was singing because she was writing this one. So, yeah.
So then it was time to go into the recording studio, aka
the stage.
Every now and then I'm like, oh yeah, this budget is smaller than the American one.
But the American one, they do it on the stage as well. Yes, it's on the runway.
How are you calling that a recording studio?
Well, because they put a mic on there.
But does it not echo like a mofo?
But, well, I would assume because they also are filming audio and film at the same time that it's...
You think they figured it all out?
Got some dampers up, for sure. But also those mics now, I mean, the microphones that people use are very directional.
Spectacular.
Yeah, and they're up close. They got their lipstick on that mic. Brooklyn impressed me.
I thought she did some really great advice.
She had great... Like, if this had been a dancing moment where she was directing them at dancing and giving them advice, I wouldn't have been surprised. But she really had some great advice on how to make the lyric better, how to perform better. Yeah, I was impressed with
I thought she did a really good job. Isis forgot that she was a drag queen.
Yeah, she sounded like a football player right out of the gate. Yeah.
Isis back again. Yeah. She very much followed some very excellent direction from Brooklyn to, let's not forget that you're
going to be a pretty lady later.
Gonna be a pretty lady.
Yeah, that seemed to help. That put her in the right. I think it's easy to forget when you're in the moment.
And you get all excited.
Especially when you're doing something you're not used to, singing, and not everyone sings. Everyone lip syncs, not everyone sings. I thought it was very smart of Kendall to rap.
Yes.
Because it doesn't matter if you're on key or not when you're rapping. It
doesn't matter as long as you got some flow.
Yeah.
Although I thought it was cute when Brooke gave her some advice and Kendall's like, oh, so like sing it more, and then just proceeded to rap it again.
Thea did well. I mean, once she remembered to breathe, she was doing really great. And then,
it seemed to be a real surprise to you.
I'm waiting for the day one of these queens just passes out in front of the mic. They're forgetting to breathe. God bless her.
It's important to breathe.
Yeah. But all in all, I thought a very good recording session.
Yeah, solid recording.
We've certainly seen worse, for sure.
Tremendously worse.
And often in the past, I think, especially with the finale, we don't see the recording session.
No, and I would hope that by the finale, we've gotten rid of all the, dead wood. So everyone... I expect everyone to be doing a good job in the finale. It's just a matter of who's doing the best job.
Yeah, well, no one seemed to be doing the best job where Hollywood Jade and Irvin was concerned, because they were next with Cora, both of them, yes. And understandably, Isis was still nervous because, it didn't go well the last time, but they all seemed to be a little nervous. There was a lot for them to learn, and it was very fast. And The other thing I thought was funny was there's Hollywood Jade and Irvin. Irvin's in a romper, but Hollywood Jade had that long denim rainbow coat on and teaching them choreography, and no one could see his body. So
I know.
he took the coat off.
I can't see your arms. I can't see your arms. Yeah. I'm already having trouble. I need to see what your legs are doing.
Yeah. And then, to make it all even more awkward, they gave them fans.
Props, everyone.
Oh.
Okay, now do it twice as fast with props.
And those fans weren't good fans. Those were little papery
fans.
Yeah, you need a dirt squirrel, like crack a dirt squirrel, you know.
Or that's the company name, no, Dirt Squirrel.
Yeah, it's not what they call those fans. No, they're fans. It's
Look at you cracking open your Dirt Squirrel. Rude. Is it covered in nuts?
How do you think it got cracked?
Rude.
And then it was Coronation Day, the last time walking into the workroom. And as the queens got ready, they reminisced on all of the goings on of the season. What did you think of the reminisce?
Well, it was cute having them all be like, what was your highlight and what was your best moment? Kendall, of course, loved winning the roast.
Well, who wouldn't?
Again,
the thing I had that bothered me about this reminiscing isn't this what the reunion episode was for?
I know. I kind of felt like it was like a little bit repetitive.
Like they didn't have enough material to fill the episode, so they dragged out more of this stuff that we've heard ad nauseum.
It was a little bit. What was your favorite moment? Winning.
Yeah.
And what did you like?
Yeah.
Winning.
Yeah.
And yourself? I also liked winning. I enjoyed the times when I won.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have to endure it for long because all of a sudden there we were on the runway. And what did you think of Brooklyn in the blue and pink fantasy?
Oh, I thought it was gorgeous.
I loved that wig. I loved all of it. Yeah. Brad looked good in his hand-painted tuxedo. At least it looked hand-painted.
He did look very handsome, little Brad.
And I just absolutely love Tracy's outfit because I love purple and green together as a color combo.
Villain color.
Yeah, she looked gorge. And finally, Amanda Brugel back where she belongs. In that gorgeous black gown, and those earrings, those big earrings were stunning, but her hair bothered me.
I knew her hair was going to bother
you. It looked a little dry.
Yeah.
It looked like she'd been pulled backwards through a fence. I wasn't sure what was going on.
It was too bad because that outfit was so great, but then we lost it all when she was sitting down. So all I had to look at was the earrings.
Yeah.
And her gorgeous smile. And face.
Well, yeah, she looked great. Now, the first thing that the queens had to do, of course, was perform the number Queen of the North. And what did you think of the song? The way the queens presented it.
I was very distracted by the backup dancers.
Oh my God, delicious, both of them, except that they both looked like they were wearing colanders on their head.
They did look like they were in colanders.
Yeah,
I thought it was super cute.
They didn't stay on, they were quick. There was this one shot while Isis was performing where the one guy's helmet was completely looked like it was about to fall off his head, bless.
Yeah.
And they also seemed to have trouble keeping up with the queens. Not that the queens... Maybe it was the music. They were having trouble, they looked like they were a step behind themselves. And even when they were handing the queens out their swords, it just seemed very fussy.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the queens were off or the dancers were off. I assumed it was the queens because they're professional dancers.
Everything was a little off. I don't know.
Everything was a little off.
I will say, I didn't feel that any of the queens did a bad job.
No, I thought it was good. I always find that Pythia dances like me, maybe not quite as graceful as Isis. I think Isis was very graceful. I think Kendall was the runner-up, and I think Pythia gave great face, and
Pythia's outfit was a little disappointing too. It was just very lackluster compared to the other queens.
Yeah, it was just I wanted more curves.
Yeah,
I
understand that she's not necessarily always padding and likes the more non-binary approach to drag, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but you think in a number like that, or like with a final runway look as well, that you just expect a little something extra to happen, and her outfit just had nothing extra. I felt that Isis had a lot of extra. That little greeny silver wig was stunning. Her outfit, I mean, they all had bodysuits on. I mean, so none of them really were reinventing the wheel, but she also had that fur cloak as opposed to a cape.
I thought Isis looked amazing.
Yeah, she looked really good.
The only part I really didn't like was when they were just sort of, well, probably because the backup dancers weren't there, and they were just vamping with their tiny little fans.
Those fans, yeah.
Little fans for little preemie babies.
And they were doing that during Brooklyn's verse.
Yeah,
and which I still couldn't tell you a thing she said. I don't know.
I mean, it was very cute because there was a lot of plays on the names of the queens from the season, and then I quite enjoyed it. It just seemed to go on a little bit longer than it needed to. And I was just, they were tiny fans.
All in all, I thought the song went very well. I enjoyed it. I don't think anyone did a particularly bad job.
No, I'm nitpicking.
Yeah.
We're absolutely nitpicking.
I'm also glad that they did a final runway, because sometimes, with a performance option, they don't do a runway, and they did for this. It was Coronation Eleganza, and first out of the gate, if I had been backstage and Isis had put that outfit on, I would have just gone home.
Yeah, I would have been like, congratulations. I just would have
gone home. Good for you.
I would have gone to find the crown wherever it was and be like, here you go, girl.
Yeah, bye. Yeah. Technically, she overgilded the lily. Yeah. There was a lot of stuff going on, but it all worked. Like that mouth guard that kept her mouth open with all of that work, but it followed the same line as the halo of feathers. And then those feathers were everywhere on the dress. I mean, wow. And the makeup.
It was stunning.
Wow.
It was stunning.
Where she comes up with it. And she makes everything that she wore on the show. Well, she even said to Priyanka that she made everything she wore on the show.
Priyanka, I didn't make anything. Yeah, we know, girl.
Well.
We know. Yeah, clearly. I thought, because that grotesque mouth thing is...
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, but it worked.
But it totally worked.
Yeah.
Totally worked. It was glamorous, it was creepy, it was weird, it was alien.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous.
I mean, I can't imagine there's an argument from anybody for me giving Isis a Fingerdoo.
Oh, give her the whole hand.
Oh, I'm going to give her two hands.
Her fist.
Two fisty doos.
Fisty doos.
Kendall was next, and all I have to say is why? Why was she wearing a beige garbage bag?
The color.
Oh, again, it was that tawny beige.
That's weird.
It was a nude, I guess a nude color, but...
I mean, she clearly likes that color because she wore it twice this episode. She's definitely worn it earlier in the season.
She wore it earlier in the season for sure, or maybe there was a sale on it. I don't know, but here's the thing.
What's the thing?
I get that she wants to celebrate a classic black lady figure with the big, gorgeous, yum hips.
Yeah, and I can't wait until she does
junk
it.
in the trunk. But exactly. I don't know what she had under that skirt, but it looked like she had a diamond, like, on her hips. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, there was no, like, anybody with that kind of hip acreage is going to have a double hip line off the hip bone and into the thigh. And it kind of just went from her natural waist out, like at 45 degrees from her body and back in.
Yeah,
and even that I could live with if the dress fit her.
Well, that was the thing, because I totally understand what she's going for. She wants a big bum, she wants big hips. Great. It's just weird, and like the dress didn't fit at the front, and
I have one word for anybody with a large hip to waist ratio.
What's that word?
Darts. She seems to always want to gather the fabric.
Oh, and I thought like you were going to throw a dart at it.
No, like put darts into the fabric so
that
it sucks in at the waist and then eases over that hip area. Or buy stretch fabric.
Yeah.
Both of which she didn't have.
Yeah, the front, like the waist at the front just felt unresolved.
I also was sorry to see her wearing that Stacey McKenzie wig. Like, she wore that wig for the runway where they were all portraying a Canadian celebrity. And that was the same wig that she wore for Stacey. So, again, like, she didn't have a finale wig. She had a wig.
She had a wig, And again, I get it. She wanted to show off some Bantu knots, but,
Yeah. So I have to give her a finger don't for this. I'm so sorry, but shame. It's the finale. She should have taken our breath away and not caused us to choke. Finally, Pythia. And thank God she went last, because Kendall who?
Yeah.
Wow. Not only was she dressed like a Greek statue, but she did the black and gray makeup. She looked gorgeous.
I love the grayscale makeup. Yeah. I love the... What was those Ionian columns? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what those are. And she even had like the flowing like cape, like the extra fabric that she whipped around. And it was great because I felt like a lot of people went, ooh, for Kendall to be polite. And then when Pythia came around the corner, they were like, like the reaction was an honest shock. Like they could not believe that that's what they were looking at. Something about this finale that I loved, and I think that RuPaul's Drag Race should take this page out of the Canada's Drag Race book, but no, tell your younger self something pictures.
Thank gravy
Sweet
for
baby
that.
Jesus. No kidding. What they did do, which I thought was really smart and made more sense of the photo shoot in the first place, was use those photos.
Yeah.
And what was your journey to get here like? Isis was first, and her photo was stunning.
She looked like a boss bitch.
Wow, with
Priyanka
the
looked
wig,
like an
the dress.
intern compared to her.
Like she tripped
Miranda
bringing her a
Priestley,
coffee
like,
and just happened to look up. Yeah. Yeah, it was very, very a winner's photo.
It was a winner's photo.
Mm-hmm. Here's the Isis. Well done. Good
looking like
you. Yeah. Kendall's photo was okay.
Kendall
was wasn't great.
She, unlike
she
Isis,
shouldn't have been sitting.
Yeah, she didn't look like she was in charge of her photo.
Yeah,
Priyanka still looked like she was in charge in that one.
Charge.
With Isis clearly stole that photo. So it was a good photo, but it wasn't the photo of.
Yeah, I don't think Priyanka stole the photo from her, but they were equal in it, and I don't think that was the point.
It's not, not what you want to do. You don't want to direct a photo shoot and have the outgoing queen look just as good as you.
I love Pathia's photo. Hers was the only photo that had life and energy in it. It was
so much fun.
Yeah, it was like if I were looking at photos in a gallery, that one would catch my eye twice.
Well, I could hear her ridiculous laugh while she was sitting. Like I just felt the joy oozing out of that one.
Yeah.
Well, we had one more surprise photo, and I was really worried it was going to be the baby photo.
That's what I thought too. I thought, oh, we got through the. Oh no, here come the.
And it was a baby photo.
A baby queen photo.
Brad as his baby drag queen alter ego Alexa Diamond.
Oh my!
Looking far more butch than Brad ever had.
Even in a wig with bangs, that was a lot of forehead.
That was a lot. I wouldn't have known it was Brad if you hadn't told me.
No. If they had just said that we just saw this sad picture on the interwebs and wanted to send them a shout out, try harder. Brad certainly seemed genuinely surprised.
He seemed surprised, yeah.
The one thing that I always hate about the finale, no matter what, they always have that final critique that's not very critical.
No, I'm never surprised that it's not critical because there's nothing for them
then why have it
to build towards. Like, you're not like, can you improve this for the next episode? But you can still give people constructive criticism to improve for the rest of your life.
But what bothered me about that was there was clearly some critiques that could have been thrown down Kendall's lane. And nobody did, and
it felt very Canadian.
Very. Oh yeah,
so
wait until they turn their back. Wait until they're out of the room, and then we'll say it.
Everyone did a wonderful job, and you're all wonderful, and you're all gorgeous, and you're all wonderful, gorgeous girls.
Before the crowning, they brought back the eliminated queens again,
which I kind of liked.
Did you?
Well, only because
it made sense that they were there. It did.
They got to show off their finale outfits that no one got to wear.
That's
so
true.
I'm like, well, first of all, why weren't you wearing those at the reunion? Because they had to wear
something else.
But
I like that Stephanie still had a bird theme from the reunion look, which I like way more than this look. But this look was stunning.
It was great. I just loved it. It just came out. I'm just gonna stand here for about 20 minutes because I'm taking my time.
Yeah, I liked Eve's look, which was I think almost the same color as her reunion outfit, that lavendery gray lavender color. But she had those puffy sleeve bits that looked like water wings. They weren't attached to the dress. They were like bags or water wings, and not that she didn't look stunning, but those sleeves, no matter whose dress they're on, always kind of bothered me.
They always look a little weird.
Cynthia had her mushroom oyster legs back.
Those are a weird choice.
Yeah.
It looks like it's not a pretty color on camera.
Also, most drag queens will wear whatever color tight they have, and then they'll throw a fishnet over top of it, of some either a black or a nude fishnet. It gives the leg texture and dimension and makes it look less like those shiny tights that Cynthia had on. So I'm not sure why she doesn't wear or didn't have, or what happened behind the scenes that stopped her from that. But either way, I thought she looked great from the waist up. The color of that dress was nice. I didn't like the hem.
I didn't like that thing that stuck out the side. I thought that was weird. I thought her face was stunning.
Stunning again. Yeah. Sookie looked good.
Sookie looked
She did. That's a drag room I'd like a tour of. I bet you it is. Yeah, I bet you it's impressive.
She's not gonna let us do it.
Kimora, that dress she had on.
That dress was stunning.
All the colors of the rainbow.
Oh, she should have hired someone to do her face. It just, not that her face wasn't bad.
And then the headdress looked like it was off to one side. It wasn't working for her. And she is dressed.
Yeah.
With all those like pointy outfits, especially the ones going down the front, it just made her look like a penis monster.
Well, now that I love a penis monster, but now that
I think that was your drag queen name in high school. And then it was time to do the final lip sync. I mean, you saw that coming, right?
Oh yeah, that was not a surprise to anyone.
Yeah, and of course the queen of the true queen of the North, Celine Dion. It's all coming back to me now, which is it's not a hard song to lip sync to, but it's a hard song to perform to because it's a lot of, emoting, and
Well,
you
it's
can't
like
hide
20
behind a
minutes
death
long.
drop.
Like, how much of that did that? I'm glad they edited it down. It was still a long song.
Yeah.
And the original version of that,
Yeah.
it's 5 minutes before she even starts singing.
Oh, I know. It's all orchestral. And how did that go for you, the lip sync, the final lip sync?
The final lip sync, Kendall was giving me some more stank face. I don't like her lip sync.
You don't like how she looks when she's lip
No,
syncing. Yeah.
no. Because she really. She goes.
The full Tina Turner.
She goes, nothing but stank face.
Yeah, it's not even emoting. It's like stuck on a
I
toilet.
mean, you can tell like she feels like she's emoting, but I mean, like, girl, you gotta.
She's also passing a stone. Or
watch
something.
the playback a couple of times. You're not actually singing, so you can make your face look
any way you
want.
Any way you
want.
Yeah.
So
I was worried for Pythia in that outfit. I thought it might restrict her from moving, but it did not at all.
Isis, I thought, did a gorgeous job.
Yeah.
Except I was missing her mouth.
Well,
like I
once
wish
she
her
took
mouth
that
had
thing
been,
off, the makeup she had on wasn't specifically defining her mouth. So, and she wasn't doing an over-exaggerated lip sync. So it did kind of deter.
I like to see your mouth. I like to see your mouth.
Yeah, work it now. Yeah.
Although I would have laughed so hard if she tried to lip sync with that
thing. With just her teeth going up and down like a nutcracker.
No.
There's just a lot coming out of your mouth there.
Oh, gorgeous.
So when the music died, they took one last look at the final three. And without fanfare, I thought that they were going to kick one out and then leave it to two and then pick one. But nope, they just up and said that this year's Queen of Canada's Drag Race was Isis Couture. And here's to Isis. Well done.
Yay!
Well done to Isis. I would have been a little upset if she hadn't won, especially after that outfit.
100%.
Yeah.
I am thrilled that she won.
Yeah.
I would have been perfectly happy if Pythia had won.
Absolutely.
We'll just leave it at that.
And Kendall was there in between them to balance out the stage.
Yeah. It was nice. It was nice that she wore like a neutral tone to balance that.
Yeah, not full focus.
Yeah, it was very, very generous to her sisters.
One thing I will say in talking to people, and thank you to everyone who leaves a message down below, because I love responding to all of you. Most people were not picking Kendall. It was all down to Pythia or Isis. We had some Pythias, some Isises, but nobody seemed to be pulling for Kendall. But nobody seemed to be upset by her presence.
Yeah, I didn't get the feeling that people were against her. I don't think that she was anyone's pick.
No.
I don't think anyone was like, oh, she doesn't deserve to be there.
I feel like Kendall being part of the top three made it easier to pick a top two, and then the one. Yeah,
I mean, there was always that chance that she would have just knocked it out of the park, and if she had every chance of winning. But she really had to do something spectacular. In order to take the crown, and she did a good job. This judging panel this season, I loved.
Took me a while. It did take me a while. I have to say it was by the middle of this season that I started to just be fine with everybody. Well, thank God for Amanda Brugel is the first thing I have to say. And I love Tracy Melchor. She has just been on my TV forever. And she used to be a Janet Jackson impersonator.
Really?
Yeah, so for her to judge drag queens performing in outfits like that makes complete sense to me. Brad Goreski being Canadian, fine.
I didn't have a problem with him.
But again, I was worried that it would be, Santina Rice all over again. There was a worry there for me. But no, I think this is also a great opportunity for Brad to get a new audience base because he was very likable.
Well, I assume Brad has an audience base.
I don't know.
And we're just out in the cold. I think we're the ones that are sort of.
Well, now we're in his audience space. We weren't there before.
I'm sure Brad is very busy and doesn't care.
Couldn't care less.
What we think of him.
Wilma and Wilhelmina who? I'm sure that's exactly how he starts his day every morning.
Yeah.
And Brooklyn, again, I thought she did a great job season one. I thought she did an excellent job this season. There was, I think, in the format of this show this year, it just seemed to flow a little better, less the drama that was there seemed more organic and less manipulated. I feel that there was no weird calls. I think all of the calls for people being eliminated and going home all made sense. It was like, you know, whether you agreed with them or not, because there were certainly queens that went home that I wasn't happy to see go.
Oh no, but it made sense.
I wish they tried harder. That's all.
Yeah, like I would have loved to see Suki in the finale, and I would have loved to see Stephanie make it further, but I wasn't, you know, flipping a table when they got kicked off.
No. Well, there we go. Season 2 done and dusted. There'll be a season 3 now for sure.
Oh,
I think
guaranteed.
I hope that all of the judges can come back. I mean, certainly none of them are too busy.
No, it's Canada. We're in the Canadian star system. No one's busy.
No one's busy.
No one's busy.
Yeah. And I want to thank you for joining me for this season. I thought that was very kind of you to spend your very expensive and well-demanded time to chit-chat about this little show of ours here in
Wilma,
north of the 49.
It's been a thrill coming over.
Yeah. And for all of you, thank you so much for joining us for this season of the Fingerdoo review of Canada's Drag Race Season 2. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. And while you're down there, please check out the links in my description box for my tipper dues, my Redbubble store, my Patreon page with the Fingerdoo family, where we have 2 live chats a month. Shut your face. Plus, there are links to Rainbow Railroad and my good friend Michael Bergantino, who is raising some money for his imminent open heart surgery in America. I like to add the in America part because then people are realizing, yeah, that's not going to be cheap. Yeah. And, well, until next time, whatever that is and wherever we are, miss us! Mwah! Serious.
Serious?
Good. Drag Race Season 14 next.
14 years.
Can you imagine?
God, I was just a baby when the first season came out. What's so funny? Why are you laughing?
I think you were eating babies when the first one came out.
Don't judge me.
I'm too late.
They're keto.
Are you excited for Season 14? Have you seen anything yet?
No, you know me. I go in blind. I don't care.
Yeah, I've got my Meet the Queens coming up for that.
I haven't even seen who the... I know it's been like trickling through my Instagram. And
They renewed We're Here for a 3rd season.
Yeah.
Why not? What else are they going to do?
Nothing. No. Let's hope they just work on it a bit better. I found the first half of this season was like,
I only watched the first. I've been so busy, I haven't even watched.
But that last episode, ooh. If you cried in the first 3,
the last one's a mess.
Bring some tissues for the last one.
All right, I will. Maybe they won't pick up Canada's Drag Race for a 3rd season.
I'm sure they will. I'll have to get on that judging panel.
Oh my God, why we aren't there now? I don't understand.
Why? Trevor Boris. Hi.